Reacher, the most recent original series produced by Prime Video, presents a faithful adaptation of Lee Child's novel series of the same name. Alan Ritchson brings the no-nonsense vigilante Jack Reacher to life in this particular adaptation. Reacher investigates the shocking murder of his older brother Joe in the small Georgia town of Margrave, uncovering a massive counterfeiting ring that has infiltrated the community from the top, before returning to the open road after satisfying his desire to avenge Joe's death. The first season of the television series is an adaptation of Child's first novel about Reacher, which is titled Killing Floor. Furthermore, there are dozens of additional novels and short tales from which to take inspiration, which means that there are plenty of fascinating avenues that a prospective Reacher season may second in the event that the series is further renewed. Reacher is the epitome of a drifter, and despite the fact that he has developed a casual relationship with Roscoe Conklin, a local police officer, and a friendship with Oscar Finley, a police investigator, he has no intention of staying in Margrave for any longer than is absolutely necessary. The last time anyone saw Reacher, he was strolling by himself, attempting to hitchhike for a ride as he wandered down the open road, unsure of where he was going next. A development that may subtly make Reacher an even more hardened loner is hinted at as he quietly buries his sole remaining family heirloom at the site where Joe was killed before leaving Margrave for good. Reacher is now the last known surviving member of his immediate family, both emotionally and mentally. This is a development that may make him an even more self-centered individual. The next book in Child's series is the short tale Die Trying, which was published in 1998. In this narrative, Reacher travels to Chicago before being involved in a conspiracy that is being plotted by a military breakaway organization that is attempting to achieve independence from the United States. There is also the possibility of adapting any of the 3 books that were published prior to the events of Killing Floor: The Enemy, which was published in 2004, Night School, which was published in 2016, and The Affair, which was published in 2011. Night School takes place about 1 year before the events of Killing Floor, while The Enemy takes place 8 years before the beginning of Killing Floor. Reacher is still serving as an officer in the United States Army at the time of the events of Night School. In The Affair, which chronicles the circumstances behind Reacher's release from the Army, the events that take place around 6 months prior to the beginning of Killing Floor are recounted. Although Killing Floor takes place in 1997, the Prime Video series takes place in the relatively present day. Needless to say, Reacher has the ability to play fast and loose with the chronology of the protagonist's life and profession, particularly with regard to where these experiences fit within the timeline. Consequently, this indicates that the 3 prequel novels might take place much closer to the first season, or they might act as flashback material that is studied in the midst of events that take place in the present hour. One Shot, published in 2005, and Never Go Back, published in 2013, are 2 novels that are highly unlikely to be adapted in the near future. Both of these novels were adapted into films by Tom Cruise in his 2 appearances as Reacher. The creative team behind the Prime Video series would be wise to put some distance between themselves and stories that have already been adapted into films.